and girls, welcome to the Silver Stetson. This is Season 1, Episode 1 of 19D Speed. We are here at the Silver Stetson. I'm very attractive, and with me as always, fresh off his win at the Latin Teen Beat Awards, Miguel Magoose.
I won for best booty dance at the Latin Teen Awards.
You told me it was for best mustache.
Whoa. That would involve me not having a full beard. I was going to ask you what you thought about my golf car, but by the time you were done the intro, it was off the screen.
Well, there you go. That's what you get for not driving it early.
Oh, there it is, actually. It's the car in front of the car that we're focusing on.
He's a dude pretending to drive the dude with being the other
There's,
dude.
Robert Arzumi. There I am.
Very sparkly.
There I am up ahead. There's Robert Arzumi and his Ferrari 488 Evo. Iron Lynx team from the 905 Racer team. He's partnering up with Dan French this season. This is the season opener. And I'm actually really, really excited for this season. And the reason I am is we have some top drivers in the field. We have your Max Simmonses, who's doing very well in the Sunday series. We have Dominic Turcotte, who's been very, very good in the past. We have Paul Riccobeni, who's a former champion. There he is right there in the Monster Energy Audi. We have some up-and-comers. We have Dan French. But here's the thing, is like the obvious picks for the championship, Matt Higgs is not here. Max Simmons is in an uncompetitive car, the Honda NSX. And then you also are missing like Michael Landry, who would be really good. And then reigning champion, his name is eluding me right now, but the dude who led the Silk Sheets team last season, he's not here. So it's a very, very open field, and I don't know who's going to win, which is pretty sweet.
I believe it will be Martin Edwards.
We do have a small field, though. We're missing a couple of people that I would really like to see. So if they're watching, like William Murrah and Ayrton Arsenault, you guys, come on back to 3D Speed. We need you. We need more bodies.
Let the bodies hit the
We've only got 18 drivers signed up, so this 15-car grid is pretty... probably more or less what we can expect, because there's always a couple of people who can't make it to the race on any given round. And we're getting towards the end of the qualifying here at Silverstone with Max Simmons on the pole, followed by newcomer Aaron Alexander. I think it's Aaron Alexander. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. In second place, Dan French in third, followed by Dominic Turcotte, Zach Martin, Connor Costantini, who has been promoted to silver for this series because his bronze base, he's just too fast to be bronze. Paul Riccobeni. Then we got Mark Sabalski, Marcel Leterrier, Michael Magus, Simeon Naku, Robert Arzumian. Wade Hutchison is back! Yeah!
The Hutch.
Hutch is back. Oscar Tan and Guillermo Taylor. That is today's field.
HR Hutchin stuff.
Oh, by the way, shout out to the Lexar Us guys. That's Costantini and Sabalski. They did a very cool livery. It's on screen there, but it's being covered by the HUD a little bit. When we get a better look at it, I'll get Byron to give his thoughts on their pretty impressive creativity.
Disgusting.
Their artistic insight.
The worst.
So this is a 40-minute race. We will be stopping once for tires, and there is no pit window. So you can stop at the end of the first lap if you want, if there's damage or whatever. It's the two cars right there that are in front of me. That's Costantini and Sabalski. So I don't know, Byron, if you can make out those liveries, you can give your thoughts on that now. Or
I think some of them have pink on them.
One does have pink.
I was right the whole time.
It's blue and pink, and the other one is yellow and red.
And made out of spaghetti.
We've got a pretty decent selection of cars here today. We've got a Nissan, we got some Lexuses, we got some Hondas, with the usual heart of the GT3 field with Audi and with Lamborghini and Ferrari and Aston Martin. No Mercedes is in the field, which is interesting. We do have two BMW Z4s. That's the super overpowered car at the moment. And but one Porsche. No McLarens in the field, which is surprising. I think it's no McLarens today. I think we do have a McLaren registered. They're just absent today. Let me go verify that since we still have a minute to kill. Got some other custom work in the field. A couple of in-game customs only. Michael Haskins, who, when he attends, will be running a full custom livery, but his Honda is not here today. We do have a McLaren signed up, but it's David Blythe who disappeared from the Discord. So I don't actually think he's around. That way.
What a quitter.
Didn't even do a race with us, which is a little bit disappointing, but we'll see. Hopefully he comes back.
What if he exploded?
Well, I hope not.
Just walking down the street.
I'll have to ask Dominic Turcotte if he intends to actually run a custom livery, because that's a custom livery. That's not the Barwell one that he signed up in. Just a blank livery. I'll have to inquire about that. Or if he watches this race on commentary, reach out. Here we go. Get to roll over to the start-finish line here at Silverstone, and we'll be heading into Cop's turn first. There's the leading group. We'll hope to see a nice bunch-up of the cars. A little bit of gap there from the two Lexar Us guys. Connor Costantini's caught up a little bit. Mark Sobalski still hanging back a little bit. Too bad. It's okay. Max Simmons' livery is just blinding in the sun. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of chrome. We are off heading towards Cops and into Cops' corner for the first turn. Max Simmons leading the way. Zach Martin getting side by side with Dominic Turcotte through the turn and having just the lightest of contacts. We head on down to the first line here. Dan French trying to challenge for the lead. And here we go through here. Oh! Dan French loses control of the car. So that is the Ferrari off track. Interesting to see what he does, because with the no pit lane window, he could try to use this to go for a super undercut and try and make that work and just avoid the congestion and traffic, because, you know, it's a pretty short race, only 40 minutes. Very much a sprint race. And the tires will hold up pretty well. Aaron Alexander has gotten to the front, it looks like. Maybe, nope, he's in second place. That's Zach Martin behind him. So the two Hondas on the podium right now. Turcotte fourth place there in the Lamborghini. Interesting to see him in the Lamborghini. And then further back it is Paul Riccobini chasing down Connor Costantini ahead of Mark Sobalski, Michael Magus in the background there, as well as Marcelo Letelier, who looks like he's had a bad start. Side-by-side action between Paul Riccobeni and Mark Sobalski. Benny holds off for now, gets forced very wide, maybe a little bit of teamwork there by the Lexus Pass crew, but it doesn't work because Paul Riccobeni's going to take Connor Costantini for fifth place. Oh wait, that's Sobalski actually that's ahead. Interesting. How did Sobalski end up ahead of Connor?
I believe he used the steering wheel and gas pedal.
Michael Magus getting side by side with Connor into Brooklyn's and left field, and he gets the job done as well. Marcel Letelier looking for the move there, as well as Robert Arzumanian.
Hell yeah, when in doubt, force him off the road.
Magus, a daring move, takes over seventh place. And that new Audi Evo II, this is the first full season we've seen from the Audi Evo II in the ESR community. We have seen a couple of them pop up in Sunday. Chris Braun notably running it, as well as Dash Franson. That's the name. They did not start the season,
but they're sure going to finish it.
In terms of teams actions, with the WRT team, that is Riccobeni, Magus, and Tan. It's the only three-car team we got. We got Simmons and Martin representing Overclock Racing in the Honda NSXs. And we've also got the Ferrari team, the 905 Racers of Dan French and Robert Arzumian. And we also have the Lexus Pass, Connor Costantini, Mark Sobalski, the Lexuses. I think that's it. I could be mistaken. Nope, that's last. Aaron Alexander is still hanging on in second place in his ESR debut. Said he was very happy with the practice results he had at Silverstone and is looking forward to trying to make himself into a title contender here. But Max Simmons, in the meantime, is running away with it a little bit, which which is a little bit surprising. Wouldn't think the Honda NSX would be great here. Alexander goes too deep into the arena section. And that opens the door for Zach Martin in the Honda, as well as Rick Benny in the Audi and the Lamborghini of Dominic Turcotte. Inside line for Zach Martin into Brooklyn's in left field. Doesn't quite stick his nose in there, though.
What if I told you that he doesn't even have a nose?
Oh, well, his car has a nose.
Nope.
It does.
Nope. That's what we in the business, because I'm a professional, we refer to that as a bonnet.
Ah.
Stop trying to anthropomorphize the cars, Mike. Jeez. They're not going to be your friends. They're not real.
They might be. They might be my friends. I need friends. Dan French ducking into the pits early, so he's going to try and take advantage of me.
You've got me.
I do have you. I do have you. Dan French dropping into the pits, so he's going to try and take advantage of the no pit window to try to get some clean air and maybe strap on some new tires after his spin off on lap 1. It didn't look like the car was damaged, so it'll be interesting to see what he's looking to do here. Honestly, it's a bit of a weird. Zach Martin still putting the pressure on Aaron Alexander. Everything is very, very close together, with the exception of basically Max Simmons, quite a ways out in front. And then there's a bit of a gap at the back there with Simeon Naku, Wayne Hutchison, and Guillermo Taylor having kind of their own battle. And of course, French, who's been into the pit lane and has had his spin. What do you think of the super shiny cars the Overclock boys, Zach Martin and Max Simmons put together there?
The Ultra Chrome.
The Ultra Chrome, yeah.
I think it's a good move. From a tactical standpoint, you will blind your opponents and therefore probably win more races.
It's possible. I don't think I didn't run close enough to either of them to realize that. Oh, somebody's off. I'm gonna yellow flag, and that is Michael Magus. So I'm gonna peel back the curtain here for a moment. My game crashed. That's why I'm off the track there.
Did your game crash? Did it run out of tires?
It crashed. The tires were fine. Dominic Turcotte going in early. Interesting. Less than 10 minutes in. He's going to make a pit stop here. So the bright side, and the good news is that because I was DNF'd at this point, we don't have to deal with the auto director now. Well, we do. I left the auto director on because it changes the camera modes and still, adds a little value. But from this point onwards in the race, I'm in the chair and I am trying my best to direct the action. So I will not be able to blame the camera guy if we miss something. It'll be my fault.
The worst.
We're also going to have a couple of replays utilized here. So, I'm trying to paint a good picture for, the bright side of me DNFing this race. But obviously, it's a sad, sad day for me because I thought I had a chance for a top 10 here. I thought I had a real chance to do something with running in 7th place. So.
Sir, you were driving the Gulf Oil, and you have failed us all.
I have. Well, technically the game failed us, Byron.
No.
It's not my fault.
I refuse
it's not my
to accept
fault.
that.
It's not my fault.
I don't see anybody else crashing, except Dan French.
Dan French did, and somebody else was off the track. Looks like it was Oscar Tan, just judging by the gaps here. He's the one that's fallen way back, so I think he was off the track as well. Because I remember when we were watching Wayne Hutchison, we did see a yellow flag issued and a car well off the track, and it was like that was an Oscar Tan. So not a good day for the WR team. Tan's heading off. Magus is out. Hall Rick Benny is running in 4th place, so here's hoping. It's good to have Ricardo Bongo back in the field.
Indeed. He's been avoiding me for too long.
He has. So it's surprising to see the Hondas doing quite so well. Lexuses are doing pretty quiet quality as well. Audis were having a good run, not so much now. Ferrari's having a rough day. Lamborghini's has some potential. Dominic Turcotte pitting very, very early, though. I do worry about that. So, Byron, we got... Oh, no! Paul Riccobene! Facing the wrong direction. There he is rejoining.
He's just, increasing the difficulty by running the race in reverse.
That will drop him down significantly. In fact, that's him there rejoining that and getting overtaken, or getting close to overtaken by Wayne Hutchison. So he's going to drop down to 9th place. That's Robert Arzumi and Mark Cybulski, both bronze drivers, up in the top 10 now. Very impressive. Aaron Alexander back under pressure from Zach Martin. Out for 2nd place. Oscar Tan in the pit lane, probably damage from the spin that he had.
Could be worse. Could be on fire.
You could have your game crash like me.
That is true. Oh, hot news off the press. Some Republican governor candidate was
Powering on.
just arrested by the FBI today. So that's
Lovely.
fun.
That is a way to make the news.
Yup. I don't know if that's what you want, but makes me giggle.
Might distract from the January 6th hearings that are going on today.
No, it's apparently in connection with that.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Michael, do you know what tomorrow is?
It's Friday.
Also correct. Tomorrow is first brisket of the year day.
Oh. Tell us about the brisket.
Well, it's about 20 pounds. And I'm going to be trimming it up and seasoning it up tonight and put it in the bottom of the fridge. And then tomorrow, probably about 6 in the evening, I'll be putting that bitch on. And then 24 hours later, we'll be eating it.
Wouldn't that make Saturday first brisket of the
No,
year?
well, you got to start
This is
it.
preparation. Oh, flashing headlights from Zach Martin. I don't think that's going to work. I feel like Aaron Alexander's a level of driver that you're not going to distract him with the flashy headlights. But, I mean, you do you.
You're not going to have an effect on a double.
Mark Cybulski is losing ground to Marcel Letelier and to Connor Costantini, but not to the guys in front of him. So he's still running good pace. It's just they're coming on strong right now in the Nissan and Lexus. Paul Riccobene is on the tail of Robert Arzumanian, battle for what is 8th place on track right now. Probably effectively 10th place in the match, and they're probably behind Dominic Turcotte in the great scheme of things. Paul with his Monster Energy and Skechers sponsorship this season.
Skechers, I remember those. Those used to be shoes.
Still are shoes.
Are they? Wow.
They're pretty good, actually. I had a pair. My last pair of shoes that lasted a while were Skechers, but I'm hoping the current indestructible shoes I have from Ryder will outdo them. So Zach Martin hits the pit lane. Still a little bit early, I think, for considering the pit stops. I'd want to wait till like 25 minutes maybe to work the undercut, but he is in the pits.
What if you underwork the overcut?
Well, then you completely have failed on both the over and the undercut because you've done either.
God dang.
I mean, it's not terrible. Obviously, you should be able to get 25 plus minutes out of a set of tires without really a tremendous amount of drop off, but just does feel a little bit early. So we'll see where Martin comes out. He should come out ahead of Dominic Turcotte, Dan French, and Oscar Tan because he was ahead of them when they were on track. So presumably he'll come out in 11th place, but we'll find out. There we go. Zach Martin rejoins the... Oh, he's not going to come out in 11th. Looks like he has been jumped by Dan French.
By hoodlums.
He's been jumped by French and by Turcotte. That is not good. So a bad pit stop. Either that or the undercut has a lot of power here today.
You'd say that French gave him a good dressing down?
Could be. Could be he lost a lot of time behind Aaron Alexander. We assume Alexander has podium-level speed, but it might not be the case. He may have just been honestly holding him up because Simmons is sprinting away from Alexander. Suggests that either Max Simmons has really unlocked that Honda NSX, or maybe Alexander is kind of actually a little bit of a cork in the bottle. We'll find out. Paul Riccobetti in the pits. This makes sense. Paul Riccobetti was caught behind Robert Arzumian, who is a slower driver, but he hadn't found a way past him, so this could be a good idea to try to negotiate the traffic there for Paul Riccobetti. I expect him to come out behind Zach Martin in 13th place. Maybe not, though, because, of course, Dan French is ahead of Zach Martin, so, I mean, he could come out in 12th. I'd be surprised if he beats Dominic Turcotte out of the pits, but it's possible he could beat French or Martin in the pits.
Does this say Gran Turismo inside that man's car?
It does. It does.
Isn't that video game infringement?
It is, but it's actually a sponsor of the Nissan Academy team, which that is the car you're looking at.
Hilarious. Video gameception.
It's also got a PlayStation logo on there somewhere.
It's what car drivers drive when they're not driving cars. Motul.
Yeah, this is the GT Sport Motul, aka the Nissan Academy car. By the way, Max Simmons has a special all-green race suit in this series, as Paul Riccobetti does rejoin in 13th place, so he is at the back. So Dan French has made up some good ground here, actually, by taking his pit stop early. We'll see how that pans out in the long run, because he is going to be asking a lot from his tires towards the end, but it could be really good.
It could be the best.
The best around.
No one's ever going to drive you to town, because, I mean, you got your own little hot-ass car right there. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Mark Sobalski under a lot of pressure from Marcelo Letelier now. And he's going to go in the pits. So we're pretty much in the normal race distance here. We're approaching halfway. We've got 23 minutes left. We're 17 minutes, 16 minutes in. So this is about the time of normal pit stopping. I think anyone who went a little bit before this is a little bit early. But we're still in the undercut territory technically until the halfway point. Taylor in the only Porsche on the grid today, which is surprising. ESR has historically been the land of Porsches. But, relatively light showing from the German manufacturer this season.
You get him, Guillermo. And yes, I'm mispronouncing your name on purpose, because for comedy effect. Hey, Mike. You name me the last name of an MMA fighter with the first name of Ike?
Villeneuve.
No.
Mark Sobalski rejoining from the pit lane. Let's see here. He's being overtaken by the 73 car, so that's Dominic Turcotte. Not surprising. Let's see if he can get out ahead of Dan French here. I don't think he will. French and Martin should be able to power past him here while he's getting up to speed. There's Dan French in the Ferrari. There's Zach Martin in the Honda, but he is out ahead of them. Okay. So Sobalski now needs to get his tires up to temperature real quick if he wants to hang on to this, well, 10th place on track. Probably a top 5 in reality. Once all the pit lane shenanigans shake out.
What about like a fan-based reality?
So Dan French's spin is not limited him here. He's right now looking like he might be a contender for a podium here. Dan next must have done an absolutely great stint while he was out there in clean air, putting up great laps. Mark Sobalski and the Lexus Pass team is inspired by the Hoonigan racing cars in real life, as Dan French does make the overtake there. We'll see if Sobalski can hang on against Zach Martin and perhaps Paul Riccobeni if he can get up and join this fight.
Is that like the Futurama episode, Hoonigan began again?
No. Robert Arzumi in the pits. Be interesting. He should come out somewhere around these guys. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, because he was battling with Paul Riccobeni beforehand. I don't think he's going to be competing with these guys, but should come out somewhere in the vicinity of the top 10. We'll see what happens. Sobalski looking a little shaky there through Brooklands. He gets a nice tight line through Luffield. And I think he'll hang on to the position here, although he gets very wide on the exit. Oh boy. If the next corner was not Cops, I'd have a lot of faith in Zach Martin to make this work. But Cops is a very dangerous place to make an overtake. You have to have a lot of faith in the guy you're going side by side with. And it looks like he's going to go discretion is the better part of valor here. Arzumian's still in the pits, by the way, so I thought he would come out around these guys. It looks like the answer to that is no. So Connor Costantini still battling with Marcel Letelier. At some point, he's gotten past Letelier. Not sure when that happened. He's up to third place now. Wayne Hutchison running in sixth place, and a very solid run so far for Simeon Nakou, who you can see in the background.
Oh, can I?
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, there is.
He has the kind of darkly colored BMW with some gold highlights on it. Actually looks pretty cool. I hope you get a good look at it and appreciate it. But it's been a livery we haven't really gotten a good look at. He hasn't really been involved in any side-by-side action. Costantini in the pit lane. We'll see where he comes out. Should be somewhere in the vicinity of this battle between Martin, Sobalski, Martin, and Riccobeni, I would think. But we'll find out. Also the pits, Wayne Hutchison.
Sir, it's Hutchinson.
Hutchison. No. There's no N. No N. I've got it. It took me years of commentating for him, but I do have it.
That's fucking hilarious.
In fairness, I think I more or less stopped doing it when it was pointed out to me. My instant reaction was the Hutch was Hutchinson, not Hutchison.
It was very fun. I think we did commentary, and I didn't even question it. I just kind of went along with it. So that's sort of on me as well, but it's funnier because you always said it and I really didn't.
Mm-hmm. No, fair enough. I'm supposed to be the one that knows the pronunciations, and I like to think I'm pretty close. There are some people that no, it's hopeless. Like Remco in the Sunday series now. I'm sorry, my man. I don't think I'm ever going to get your name right.
I mean,
I'll get the first name right, but the last name is not happening.
Arzumanian is also on the list. And you have yet to pronounce Dan French's name correctly.
Well, the problem with Arzumanian was that literally I had that his name in the game was wrong.
Oh.
I'd actually spelt his name incorrectly on the entry list. So I was pronouncing it as it was spelt on the screen, but that wasn't his name.
That's not my name. And yeah, you still haven't got Dan French's name correct yet. And,
Dan French.
Actually, it's Dan French. You got to put the emphasis on the first name.
Dom Turcotte on the tail of Connor Costantini.
Oh, now you're going to pretend you can't pronounce Don Turcotte. Come on.
I believe it's Turcotte. If it's not Turcotte, he's never corrected me.
It's Don Turcotte.
Don Turcotte does sound like a really fun name.
Does sound fun. Donald, if you're out there listening, feel free to use that one to impress the chicks. Hey, Turcotte.
Indeed. It's got an Italian sound to it.
Get yourself
possible, I guess, because Dominic is more of an Italian name, so that could actually be his name. It's, every time I've seen that name, it has been a Turcotte. So. I can only go on past experiences.
He was caught once by a turtle.
Overtaking a couple of pitting cars here, including Simeon Naku, Guillermo Taylor, and possibly Marcel Letelier. There he is in the Nissan GTR. Connor overtakes him, so they resume their battle. Battling before the pit stops, now they're battling after the pit stops. But now there's Dominic Turcotte in the fight. Where did Simeon come out? That's the question. There he is. Came out ahead of Mark Cebulski. It's almost like someone is controlling the camera and knew that I would want to know that information. So Simeon has come out in
Mic off.
Place. Might lose the spot there to Mark Cebulski around the outside.
Around the outside.
Naku hang on. Naku cannot hang on. So problem there, of course, is you come out of the pits. Your tires are a little bit cold. You're not at optimal pressures. You're not at optimal brake temps. You're a little bit vulnerable for a while, and he gets jumped up. Taylor is resuming 13th place behind Robert Arzumian and Wayne Hutchison. Looks like Arzumian had a pretty bad pit stop, to be honest, as Max Simmons is in, as well as Aaron Alexander. So, for the second race in a row, Byron, I don't know how to say this, my friend, but someone is pitted after Max Simmons.
I don't understand, and I'm vaguely angry.
Vaguely angry. Very confused. It was the same lap, but he was behind him, so he did pit after Aaron Alexander last week. So there's Simeon's livery there that I was talking about there, the multi-bank car. And of course we leave it as Max Simmons rejoins in the lead.
I was going to say the silvery thing. I think I saw that before.
Yeah, that's Max Simmons.
It is indeed.
It's the one in the middle of this three-car sandwich here. Simeon. The gold stripe on it.
The black one?
It's not black. It's more like a super dark purple. It's more like a super dark purple.
To every angle they're showing me, it looks black.
Robert Arzumian up on the tail of Wayne Hutchison. Pressure on. There's Simeon Naku once again running in 8th place. He's made up a couple spots here through the pit stopping. Did a good job working the overcut. I think the overcut worked out pretty well for most people. Simmons has come out way ahead. Aaron Alexander in 2nd place. Costantini. A lot of the early pitters, I think, have come out worse on this. Dan French worked it to his advantage and moved up to 6th place, so he's done a good job with it. But like Turcotte's gone a little bit backwards, and also Mark Cebulski's gone a little bit backwards. So I think the overcut was probably the way to go. Not that I think it was a make or break situation, but I just don't think the undercut has particularly worked out for most of these drivers. Zach Martin's another one that has found himself going backwards from 3rd place to 9th place, and he was one of the earliest pit stoppers. Oh, Zach Martin slamming into Simeon Naku. So I got background story of this as we watch a replay of it. Look at how far Zach's going to come from. That's a torpedo.
Wow.
So, the backstory. Zach's pedals broke.
Oh.
The brake broke on that corner.
Oh, damn.
He'd been feeling the brake getting a little bit soft for like a little bit. And so what the deal is his pedals have a rubber stopper system to them. And the rubber stopper broke. And as a result, well, you saw what happened.
The world exploded.
So, obviously, Zach Martin will be joining me in retirement due to failure of hardware. And we are both going to come away with 0 points from this race. I will still include that in the stewarding review, but obviously Zach will not be getting a penalty for a documented hardware failure. So, I'll give a little spoiler here. Simeon's race is about to become really, really difficult because if we get on board with him, you're going to see his wheel is at 90 degrees when he's going straight.
Oh, boy.
The car is not healthy right now.
That sounds less than ideal in many different factions.
Mm-hmm. So we're running towards the final 12 minutes of the race here. Max Simmons leading from Aaron Alexander comfortably. Connor Costantini is holding on to 3rd place. He's under pressure from Marcel Letelier. Not too far behind him is Dominic Turcotte. Then it's Dan French, Mark Cebulski, Paul Riccobetti, all kind of running on their own. Simeon Naku running in 9th place, albeit damaged. Wayne Hutchison is battling with Robert Arzumian for 10th place. And then it's Guillermo Taylor and Oscar Tan rounding off the 13 cars who are still running. You can see actually Zach Martin was still parked at the side of the road trying to figure out what had happened. And the news is not good. Oh, Robert Arzumian takes slapper.
Oh, he got zoomed.
See, that's going to cost him a spot to Guillermo Taylor.
What about Guillermo del Toro?
Little quick replay of the tank slammer.
I mean, it looked very nice.
It was very nice. A very nice tank slammer. This was a little... This is a little... No. It was a brief one. We're fine. We're fine. Costantini still now behind Marcel Letelier. So we did miss a Letelier overtake of Costantini. I missed 2 overtakes by Marcelo. My apologies, Marcelo. Your highlighting moments were absent from the recording.
All I know is that Mike Cebulski has to hurry up and get back to TSN so he can do more play-by-plays.
Indeed. The TSN MMA podcast has created a bunch of bullshit talk by like people being like, Canada has vaccine mandates, that's why you're not going to get a UFC show, which is kind of correct. But like, people are presenting it as like, we're surprised by that. No, we knew that was coming. We're aware that the UFC is not going to go anywhere that doesn't really make it worth their while to obey vaccine mandates.
Yep. They've got shit all for fucking stars. Nobody's going to draw like GSP or Rory McDonald or anybody like that.
Yeah, there's not really a big Canadian star. I couldn't, to be honest, I can't even think of who would be the biggest Canadian star right now.
That would be Vladimir Mechichenko.
There are Canadians, obviously. Gavin Tucker, Wanda Marcos on contract. TJ Laramie and Tristan Connolly just got cut. They were Canadians.
What are you going to cut Tristan Connolly for? Beat the shit out of Bahia.
Bad.
Wow. Anybody who beats fucking Bahia can't be all bad.
Wayne Hutchison putting the pressure on Simeon Naku as we check out the inputs of Simeon here. And I think I'm going to hop on board here in a little bit. If I recall correctly, this is the point where I go on board with him. I'm going to see the struggle is real for the number 6 BMW. Nope. Wayne Hutchison makes the overtake happen through bullets.
Baby on board. How come none of these have truck nuts? Isn't that like mandatory?
No.
What?
It's not mandatory.
I thought truck nuts were mandatory, so you could easily identify the cars.
The liveries do that for us, sir. I think everyone's pretty easy to identify. The only cars I might mix up are the 2 overclock cars and the 2 905 cars. They're a little close in the concept. We'll see as the season goes on if that becomes a problem. On the bumper, or on the Bond, I suppose. It's a little high to be over. Connor Costantini running in 4th place. Looking for his first 3D speed podium. And dominating the silver class here.
Telling me that person's a second-class citizen? Shouldn't everybody be gold class?
It's just a driver rating. Actually, gold is not the highest. Platinum is the highest rating.
Wow, so he's a 3rd-class citizen. I see how it is.
GT classifications are platinum, gold, silver, and bronze, and there's also a tin classification.
Neat.
But that is in addition to the ones I mentioned earlier. Tin is an age designation. If you are over, I think it's over 60 years old and still racing in GT racing, you're eligible for it. It's called the Tin Cup.
Can I be wood?
Oh, Connor!
Damn it, Connor Rebush.
Caught too much of the curb there and is going to lose a spot to, at the very least, Dominic Turcotte. And there goes Dan French as well. I've seen a couple of cars caught out there. That's a similar spot to where Arzumi had a tank slapper earlier. Guillermo Taylor next up to try to overtake Simeon Naku. You can see that Wayne Hutchison has already pulled about 3 seconds clear of the maligned car of Simeon Naku.
Damn it, Simeon Naku. Why are you like this?
Because Zach Martin stabbed the side of his car.
That is fair. I accept this.
I think that's the first time we've actually seen Oscar Tan all day in the blue and white Audi. In 13th place. Turcotte hunting for a podium, but actually losing ground to Marcel Letelier, so I don't think it's on for him. Paul Riccobeni trying to catch up to Mark Cebulski. 5 minutes to go here, everybody. Come on, Simeon. Hang on to the top 10.
Nope. He's going to crash into the wall and be ejected from life.
He's going to have a hard time. This is the point where I started arguing with the auto director. It kept trying to drag the camera away from Simeon. I'm like, no. This is the action right now. I don't know why it kept trying to drag it away. I mean, I know there we go. That's the steering wheel. That is not how the BMW steering wheel is supposed to look for those interested. But not only is this the most likely overtake to happen right now, it's the closest battle on the field, so I don't know why the auto director kept trying to drag me away from it. So a solid debut for Aaron Alexander up in second place. Marcel Letelier looking for... Honestly, I want to say maybe Guillermo off the track. And the pressure is lifted from Simeon, at least for now. Robert Arzumian overtaking Guillermo Taylor.
What if I told you he also overtook Ortan?
Well, it's Oscar Tan.
Oscar Nunde.
He used to be Ori Tan. Now he goes by Oscar Tan. His name on Discord is also Connor, so I have no idea what his actual name is. We get a replay of Taylor going off.
It's actually Gunther.
Name is Connor Oscar Ori Tan.
It's Oscar in the Blind Forest, name of the video game. Also, I believe the Steam summer sales may have just started because I got an update that one of the games on my list is on sale.
Same. Iron Harvest for me went on sale.
Iron Harvest, the mech game about World War II.
Yeah, Steampunk World War II. Looks kind of interesting. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm intrigued.
No, I've been a fan of I can't remember the name of the artist, but the artist has been doing pictures and stuff for years and years. And I guess somebody finally got this shit together and let's make that into a thing.
Awesome.
So I've got many of his pictures as wallpapers for my computer.
I discovered that game through a music video on YouTube actually for the song Welcome to the War, and a lot of footage from the game is used there, and I got interested. I'm like, that looks kind of interesting.
Indeed.
Robert Arzumian on the tail of Simeon Naku. Armenia versus Moldova. Not exactly countries that you see a ton. Simeon currently is displayed with the Canadian flag because I don't know what, if anything, Moldova's number code is in ACC. I'm going to look that up this week and try to give Simeon his proper flag if possible. It's not always been possible. ACC does not have the greatest selection of flags. Robert Arzumi looking for the inside of Stowe, and for some reason we're going Marcel Letelier. There we go. I told a auto director no. And there we go. Just a run down there to Stowe, and he gets it. Not a surprise. Simeon's having a hard time keeping a tight line through any corner, and the question is kind of, we get a quick replay here. The question is kind of, is Guillermo Taylor going to bag Simeon Naku, Byron, or do you think Simeon's going to hang on to this 11th place?
I believe he will be relegated to first place.
He only needs to hang on for one lap by the looks of it, because there's less than a minute to go. Simmons well in the lead. Alexander, Letelier, Turcotte, French, Costantini, all pretty solid right now. Cebulski's under pressure from Paul Riccobeni, so Riccobeni's back on the hunt for 7th place against the Lexus. And then we get to, well, what is going to happen with Simeon Naku? Is he going to get caught by Guillermo Taylor? Does Oscar Tan have enough time to make a move?
Maybe.
Pick up the Valentino Rossi-inspired Audi of Paul Riccobeni. This is the livery that Valentino Rossi is actually running this season in his first ever GT racing season. He's the multi-time motorcycle champion who's given 4 wheels a try. Looking down the inside. Nope. Cebulski going defensive. Good move. Now, I would imagine Cebulski's tires are probably amongst the worst here. He was a relatively early pitter, and that Lexus does wear tires very quickly as we pick up Max Simmons as he goes through the final bit of his race. Through Brooklands and Lovefield, through Woodcote, towards the start-finish line. Check the flag should pop up beside his name. There it is. He is your winner here at Silverstone. Happy celebration of the flashing headlights there. And can Paul Riccobeni get past Cebulski? Oh, Cebulski getting a little aggressive on defense there, but within the rules. Hanging on to 7th place. This is a really good run for Mark Cebulski. Really, all credit to him right now. He's doing a fantastic job in that number 69 car. Which of course means that he's infinitely Byron's favorite driver. So, 60.
Giggity.
Both sides benefit. Checkered flag waves, and he will take home 7th. We go back to Guillermo Taylor, who is ahead of Simeon Naku, so he bags Simeon. I think I tried to do a replay here, but unfortunately the instant replays don't go back far enough to capture the overtake that you can see here. But, we missed that one. And the question really becomes, can Ori Tan or Oscar Tan somehow get the job done? And the answer I do believe is no.
But what if the answer is maybe?
Well, the answer is kind of maybe. No, it's a no. I can confirm it is not good. Wow. Because I think the replay I triggered here. I tried to go back as far as possible to replay.
Well, now I'm triggered.
So, Max Simmons is your winner from Aaron Alexander, Marcel Letelier, Dominic Turcotte, Dan French, Connor Costantini, Mark Cebulski, Paul Riccobeni, Wayne Hutchison, Robert Arzumi, your top 10. I am hoping that Max Simmons does not run away with it, and to be honest, it's nothing about Max. I want to see a good championship fight here, and I think this has the makings of it. But that Honda NSX Evo did really, really well today, up until Zach Martin crashed into Simeon Naku and ended his race. So, there you go. Byron, do you have any final thoughts here?
Technically, poutine's better for you than meth.
It is. I'm going to quickly go over the team championships, because that wasn't obvious in the scoring there. Everything else, everyone is where they finished, obviously. It's the first race of the season. But Overclock Racing HPD, Max Simmons and Zach Martin lead the championship with 45 points. Lexus Pass is in second place with 38 points. That's Connor Costantini and Mark Cebulski. 905 Racers have 35 points. That's Dan French and Robert Arzumanian. And WRT Motorsports has 24 points and is at the back of the field with Michael Magus, Paul Riccobeni, and Oscar Tan. All right, that is all. Have a good night.
Get out.
Or whatever it is for you.
Get out.